My name's Rowdy Harrington. I'm the director of Raohd, and I'm going to spend this time talking a little bit about the picture and how it came about for me. This opening shot of the sign in the parking lot was made by our art department so that we could have this tilt down that you just saw, and we crane down to the Ferrari that comes in. And for the shot, I had asked our producer to find a girl who had great legs, and they brought this gal in from Italy. She was a model and specialized in, I guess, stocking ads and things, and really did have tremendous legs, as you can see. I believe the name of this bar was actually the Arsenal. It was in Orange County. It's Kevin Tighe, a wonderful actor. As you can see, we had quite a few extras in this scene. Smoke, music, it was lots of fun. I was very fortunate to have such a great cast in this picture. Patrick Swayze was coming off Dirty Dancing. Kelly Lynch had done a number of pictures and had a contract with United Artists, so we were fortunate to get her. Sam Elliott, who was just a wonderful actor and just tremendous as Wade Garrett. Kevin Tighe, and all our villains, all of whom were really good martial artists. When I cast the picture, I wanted to make sure everybody that was going to fight could fight, make it look very realistic. We had 9 major fights in the picture. Fight choreography was done by Benny Urquidez with our stunt coordinator, Charlie Petroni. And we tried to vary them so that we had lots of different kinds of events going on for each fight.
Okay, Dalton. I've always wanted to try you. I think I can take you.
Outside.
And here we see Dalton, the Zen bouncer.
Come on, let's do it. Go, Dirtball, where you going? Hey, Moose, get back here! Dickhead! What are you guys, 7 dwarfs or something? Get over here!
So this is a real location that we shot in, but the following sequence that you're going to see here, this was a set we built. And in order to tie it into the Arsenal, we had a rear screen projection. So the shot you just saw Kevin Tighe there was at the Arsenal, but now this is on the stage.
I don't know you.
And you'll see there, out that window is actually a rear screen projection of, it's a plate we shot of the bar so that we could do this scene with more control.
It used to be a sweet deal. Now it's the kind of place that they sweep up the eyeballs after closing. Anyway, I've come into a little bit of money. I'd like to make a better life for myself. I need somebody to help me clean the place up. I need the best.
Wade Garrett's the best.
Wade Garrett's getting old.
He's still the best.
Roadhouse is actually, when you think about it, a modern Western. I mean, it's a cowboy movie set now. You know, Dalton is a unique hero with a set of skills that no one else has. He's going to go to a small town that's corrupt, and he's going to have to take on the kingpin.
I run the show. Completely. When the job's done, I walk.
I've got your plane ticket right here.
I don't fly. Too dangerous.
Well, when do I expect you?
No, I'll get there.
Dalton, you all right?
Just a scratch. By the way, Oscar, bandstand's all yours.
What's that?
Cinematographer on this picture is Dean Cundy, who's tremendously talented. And I was very fortunate to get him. As you can see, the lighting in every scene in the picture is really very, very well done. When we get out to Emmett's place, you'll see some huge lighting setups that are just spectacular. And we saw the credit for the editor, Frank Uriosti, who did a phenomenal job. He's just absolutely a brilliant guy. I picked these cars, the Riviera, for Dalton, for his beater car, because I like the headlight deal that opened up. And you'll see later when he picks the second one that that's really what he's concerned about. And this, of course, is his hot car. There was some consternation when I picked this car to be Dalton's main car because we were going to eventually blow it up. And it's a rather expensive car to shoot over a wall and explode. This is actually up near Fresno, this particular town. The double deuce that you see here is actually a facade. All that exists are those two sides that you see. There's nothing behind it. And we built that out in Valencia. And across the parking lot, we built a facade for Red West's Auto Parts. And, we're going to blow that up, so it needed to be a facade.
Don't come back, peckerhead.
Once he goes through the doors, I know him. Once we go through the doors, this is a sound stage. So the interior of the Double Deuce was built on a sound stage. And you see there Jeff Healey. An interesting story how we got Jeff. It was actually written in the script that there was a blind guitar player who played the guitar in his lap. And I believe the writer, David Lee Henry, actually saw Jeff Healey in Canada. And when we talked to our music supervisor, Jimmy Iovine, about who could play that part, he said, "I've seen this guy." And he brought Jeff Healey down, and he auditioned and got the job. We put him with an acting coach because he had not acted before, and he actually did a wonderful job, in addition to entertaining the crew brilliantly.
Oh, Jesus, not here. Follow me to the bathroom.
You saw scratched into the pillar there, Buddy's Corner. That's Patrick's nickname, Buddy. So all of this is pretty much as described in the script. The chicken wire around the stage and people throwing bottles and all that. And when the first day that we shot on this set, Joel Silver came in and said, "Doesn't look beat up enough." You know, the idea was that we were going to transition to a really beautiful club, and so he wanted it to be even more down. So the boys went at it and really tore it up pretty good.
Get him out of here now!
Oh, come on, man. Get your hands off me.
You're not drinking, you're out of here.
I have to say, this was a lot of fun to make.
Hey, don't let him bother you.
You know, it's a little bigger than life, this whole thing, and we had a ball doing it with the live music and the humor and
Anything, you just let
lots
me
of
know.
fights. Patrick was uniquely qualified to do this picture because he is a martial artist and a dancer, so the choreography of the fights was really
Well, what is it?
easy for him, and we were able to do really interesting and elaborate stuff. So we were very lucky to get him. I mean, he is Dalton, that's for sure.
What are you waiting for? Christmas?
This is John Doe from the band X, playing the bartender. John also entertained us brilliantly. He is a wonderful guitar player.
Get him out of here.
As you can see, the walls are pretty torn up. And as we go along Dalton's reign at the Double Deuce, we'll see a transition in the club as it gets nicer and nicer. And the clientele changes, obviously. You got this guy with no shirt and that whole deal.
The main thing, man. Stick around.
Hey, you paid to play flag!
I think we had about 50 stuntmen in this picture. It was a really remarkable number of people involved in all the different fights and the other stunts.
Thanks, man.
So you played pretty good for a blind white boy.
Yeah, and I thought you'd be bigger. Dalton, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Same here, man.
Oh, the boys and I heard you were coming into town. Man, this toilet is worse than the one that we worked in Dayton.
Really?
Oh, man, it's a mean scene around here, man. Blood on the floor in this joint every night.
Hey, Hank, you know who that is?
Who?
Dalton!
Jimmy Iovine worked with Jeff Healey to pick songs that were going to, really work for our picture. And there's a real spectrum of rock and roll, including the Doors, Roadhouse, and it's just really a lot of fun.
Oh, shit. What's your name, buddy?
Coffee black.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Joe. Ever seen a better pair of attitudes? Fine, ain't they? Tell you what, for $20, you can kiss them. Are you kidding? 10 a kiss, here and now. Go ahead, do it, go on. Come on.
Obviously, I didn't write this scene.
10 a kiss, go ahead.
But the picture does have legs, you gotta say that.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Are you gonna kiss him or not? I can't. What do you mean you can't? I ain't got $20.
And off we go. we did have a sense of humor about all this stuff. As you'll see, there's comedy in the midst of these fights. You know, it's sort of like a Keystone Cops melee. You know, Dalton standing there totally unfazed. Dame's getting punched. This guy, he'll get his. This guy playing Morgan is a major wrestler. Really a funny guy. Of course, the band plays through it all.
Anybody got a mirror? Oh, shit.
Hey, how'd you like to tell us what the fuck's going on? You gonna help us out or not?
I'll let you know.
You know, I heard you had balls big enough to come in a dump truck, but, you don't look like much to me.
Opinions vary. Cody, I'll later. All right, man. You take care. See you guys.
See you.
So what about this Dalton character? What's his story?
Story is, you fuck with him and he'll seal your fate.
Yeah. So far, he hadn't shown me shit.
This was actually our first day of shooting. And you'll see the Riviera there. It's a funny story, actually. The night before the first day of shooting, my wife and my son got food poisoning. Got up in the middle of the night, ill. And I had had the same dinner they had. And I was totally concerned that I was going to get to work on my first day of this movie and lose it. But I think I was nervous enough that whatever the germ was, I killed it. This was the first studio picture that I made. I had made one independent film, and then obviously coming onto a big picture like this was really exciting. This location is on the Kings River, up near Fresno, and it's actually on the Kings Ranch. And we built this house that you see now and the barn. The idea was that Emmett had a place that was right across the river from Brad Wesley. So you'll see the beautiful home across the river. And of course, Wesley doesn't like the idea that there's this little horse farm there.
Morning.
But we had some major builds on this movie.
Got a room to rent?
As you can see, this is built to look old and like it's been there a long, long time. And in fact, it's brand new.
You honest?
Yes, sir.
Expect me to believe that?
No, sir.
I had asked that we had line of sight from this loft over to Wesley's estate. And as you'll see, there it is. we wanted to have a grand entrance for Ben Gazzara, and we thought the helicopter was a terrific way to start. We were very lucky to get Ben to play Brad Wesley. He really got it. I mean, he had a lot of fun with the part. Wesley's bigger than life, and he has some outrageous dialogue, and Ben delivered it with real panache.
I swear he does that just to piss me off.
Who does?
Brad Wesley. You like horses, do you?
They like me.
You wouldn't steal them, would you?
No, sir.
Calling me sir is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. Don't belong. I'm Emmett.
I'm Dalton.
So what do you think?
Well, I'll take it.
Must have been 20 people look at that room this past year. No phone, no television, no conditioned air, no tolerance for the fragrance of nature. Nobody wanted it. How come you do?
You're just too persuasive for me, I guess.
It ain't the money, you understand, but if I don't charge you something, the Presbyterians around here are likely to pray for my ruination. How does $100 a month strike you?
Fine.
You can afford that much?
If it keeps you in the good graces of the church.
Ain't it peculiar how money seems to do that very thing?
This is a new double deuce. I put a lot of money and time into this. And to protect my investment, I've hired...
This is a Lumicrane shot. We float over the table, so the camera is mounted on a big arm with a hot head and the operators at the other end.
Dalton?
Morgan, you're out of here.
What the fuck you talking about?
You don't have the right temperament for the trade.
You asshole! What am I supposed to do?
There's always barber college.
You're a dead man.
You're out too. We're selling booze here, not drugs.
Thank you.
Anybody else here dealing? I'm telling you straight. It's my way or the highway.
He's laying down the law.
So anybody who wants to walk, do it now.
It's an important scene. Establish the relationship between Dalton and the bouncers. And as you'll see, some manage to fall into his system and some don't.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here. Too many 40-year-old adolescents, felons, power drinkers, and trustees of modern chemistry. It's going to change.
Man, that sure sounds good. But a lot of the guys who come in here, we can't handle one-on-one. Even two-on-one.
Don't worry about it. All you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. 1, never underestimate your opponent. Expect the unexpected. 2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And 3, be nice.
Come on.
If somebody gets in your face and calls you a cocksucker, I want you to be nice.
Okay.
Ask him to walk, but be nice. If he won't walk, walk him, but be nice. If you can't walk him, one of the others will help you, and you'll both be nice. I want you to remember that it's a job. It's nothing personal.
Uh-huh. Being called a cocksucker isn't personal?
No. It's two nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response.
I wonder if somebody calls my mama a whore.
Is she? I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Well, how are we supposed to know when that is?
You won't. I'll let you know. You are the bouncers, I am the cooler. All you have to do is watch my back and each other's. Take out the trash.
I think one of the interesting things about this picture is that it goes into a world that people really hadn't seen before. Nobody had heard of a cooler. That there was a guy who was in charge of all the bouncers, who was just there to make sure that everything goes down the way he prescribes.
This is Sears credit card. Beverly, Agnes. It's okay, Bear. They're friends of mine. Hey, but Dalton said... It's okay. Trust me. Might just wait through. Let it unlet it.
Let it.
I'm not sure where Joel got all the girls for the bar scenes. I think they had a lot of Playboy bunnies, and it was fairly remarkable.
What do you say? I said let her dance. Woo! 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 Come on, baby. Woo! Hey, look, pal, we don't want you. Come on, motherfucker, back. Come on. Motherfucker.
Escort this gentleman to the door.
Did you see that shit?
Who is that guy?
He's good. He's real good.
The name is Dalton.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna be my regular Saturday night thing, baby. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about you.
Steve.
Yo, Steve. Your history.
But I'm on my break.
Stay on it.
Shit!
You were real hot that last set. Yeah, we were.
You've got quite a little enterprise going here.
What?
You're going through a bottle every 30 minutes. You're skimming the till for 6 shots a bottle on drafts 1 every 10. I figure he's costing you about $150 a night. So?
We shot this film with a Panavision anamorphic, and the advantage that we had obviously is the widescreen format, which gives you the opportunity in terms of composition to make some really big frames. And you can stack people up and get everybody in. You can see, look how wide this frame is here. I mean, we got everybody in there.
Yeah.
As he moves over to the space that's opened, and we got everybody there.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
So now you know why Dalton bought extra tires. This is a Bob Seger song Jimmy Iovine got Bob to cover just for the picture. And it's a very fitting for this particular scene. worked out great. See that Dalton's reading Legends of the Fall there. It was a book that I was quite fond of. As you can imagine, these are some really big lighting setups. You know, when you're talking about having the view from across the river of all this. Big deal.
Hey, Dalton!
And I asked Dean Cundy to make sure that whenever we shot interior of this loft, that we lit it up bright enough so that we could also see exteriors.
Oh, shit.
Essentially, if you're working at what you'd be in a normal interior in terms of f-stop, it would make the windows burn out.
So how'd you find me?
Oh, it wasn't too hard. I mean, you know, what did you do there last night?
What do you mean?
Well, you fired the bartender, Pat.
He was skimming.
You should not have done that, Dalton.
Yeah, why's that?
You just shouldn't have, that's all. Here you go. Breakfast.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my God.
What is the joke?
Well, there's no joke. I just think I'm looking at a dead man, though.
Seems everywhere I go, I hear that same joke.
Yeah, well, something tells me you bring it on yourself.
Mengazer in his glory.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could
We had a crane mounted on our camera car for this shot.
Now every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine.
This still cracks me up to this day. I mean, Ben just took that role on and he didn't flinch, not once. And it's some pretty broad stuff. This is the facade we built. And when you come around here on this side, you'll see the facade of the Double Deuce. And again, we're going to later blow up this, the auto parts.
My advice be scrapper.
Well, I like her, so,
So we needed to build it.
It'll take a few days. Here, all I can give you now.
Great.
And here we'll transition into a real auto parts store that was down the road.
You the boy from the Double Deuce?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I kind of figured you'd be by. You want to put in a standing order now?
No, I'll pay as I go. Dalton.
Red Webster. How long are you going to be in town?
Not very long.
This actor is Red West, and
Really? What happened?
Oh, I got married.
he worked with Elvis Presley for many, many years. He was one of his best friends, grew up with him. Red was also a martial artist and one of Elvis's bodyguards. And he's just a remarkable man, very interesting character. It was really toward the end of the picture I never mentioned anything about, or asked him anything about Elvis until the very end of the movie, after we'd gotten to know each other pretty well, when we were sitting on a stoop waiting for them to blow up the auto parts. And I just asked him, what was it like, Red? And he said, Rowdy, you wouldn't believe it. He said, when Elvis walked on the stage, this one place in Atlanta he was telling me about, he said the house, the whole theater just shook.
We're going to clean that place up. Bad element over there. Well, anything I can do for you.
Thanks, Red.
Here we set up a little tension here with Marshall Teague, who plays Jimmy. Wesley's hatchet man.
Well read. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Was.
Patrick studied Tai Chi for this scene. The idea is that he is the Zen bouncer. You gotta love Ben. Ben was in Italy doing pictures when we called him. He hadn't worked in Hollywood for a while, and I was a huge fan of the film St. Jack. So I mentioned to Joel Silver that I thought Ben would be a great Brad Wesley, and we brought him in, and he agreed to do the picture, and we're really lucky that he did. You'll see the walls are getting repaired, the place is on its way up, little by little. Dalton is having his influence.
Problem? Here's no problem. Just a little mistake is all. What's that?
This office was also on the soundstage, and the proximity to the bar is what you actually see with the window. Because we had the transition in terms of this fight between the office and the bar.
Tillman has changed his mind. And that's all you need to know, son.
No, I'm afraid I'm going to have to know a little bit more than that.
And Mr. Tillman may own this bar, but the liquor he serves is supplied to him by Brad Wesley. And Pat McGurn is in the employ of Mr. Wesley, his uncle, not Mr. Tillman.
You see, I'm staying, and you're going. Oh, really? That's right. Sit down. Come on, Dalton, you and me right now. Right now! What's the matter, you chicken dick? What are you afraid of? Me? That it, Dalton? You scared to fight me? You big, bad Dalton. What do you want, to kiss and make up?
Jesus Christ!
One of the things I did when we choreographed these fights, I shot a lot of it on Steadicam so that I could move the camera in order to sell the punches. Essentially what happens with fight choreography, you know, these guys aren't really hitting each other in the head. So it's up to the actor who's taking the punch to sell it. And the angle of the camera has to be just right in order for that punch to look like a hit. And with the Steadicam, we're able to move the camera so that we get a sequence of punches that look like hits, and it keeps the thing moving, and it's more dynamic.
How'd this happen?
Natural causes.
Looks like a knife wound.
Like I said.
You're a bouncer.
Mm-hmm. Double deuce.
Nice place. They send a lot of business my way.
I'm hoping to change that.
All by yourself? Well,
Mr. Dalton, you may add 9 staples to your dossier of 31 broken bones, 2 bullet wounds, 9 puncture wounds, and 4 stainless steel screws. That's an estimate, of course. I'll give you a local.
No, thank you.
Do you enjoy
One of the things you'll notice about the art direction of this picture is that we do use a lot of primary colors in the wardrobe and in the sets. You know, we have a lot of neon and, you know, bright reds and blues, and that was a choice that I made in order to sort of accentuate how larger than life all of this was. It was a bit of a cartoon in a sense. So I wanted to have the very bright primary colors.
Any particular discipline?
No, not really.
You'll see lots of it.
Man's search for faith, that sort of shit.
Come up with any answers?
Not too many.
How does a guy like you end up a
Patrick chose Roadhouse as his next picture after Dirty Dancing, which had become a phenomenal success. And it was interesting to work with him at that point in time in his career because he was dealing with fame. I mean, he had gone from a character who'd been in a number of pictures that some people knew to somebody that everybody knew. And in particular, the women were just crazy about him. And when we shot in Fresno, we had to get bodyguards to keep the women away from his motorhome. When he would come out to go to the set, they'd mob him and try to rip his clothes off. It was incredible. I never saw anything like it. It must have been what it was like for Elvis or some of these other rock stars. But I have to say, viewing it close up, it was not pleasant. You know, it was not all it's cracked up to be, because people would really, you know, literally try to rip his clothes off.
You know, for that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Ah, Mr. Bigfoot arrives. We had a lot of fun with this truck. There's a big sequence coming up later where we wreck an auto parts. I mean, auto dealer with it. And again, this is part of the whole idea that all this is larger than life. This is actually a very funny sequence. I thought Ben did brilliantly. He's got some very funny dialogue here.
Did I explain it wrong? Is that it?
No, boss, you didn't.
Pat's got a weak constitution. You boys know that. That's why he's working as a bartender. He's my only sister's son. And if he doesn't have me, who's he got? And if I'm not there, you're there. Should have let you go, Jimmy. Well, one of you boys owes me an apology. Now, I leave it up to you to decide which one of you wants to say I'm sorry.
Again, this is the location at the King's Ranch.
Sorry,
all the exteriors of the Wesley estate were done there. And one interior,
somehow I don't believe you.
which I'll explain later, but the rest of the interiors in the climax of the picture were done in a house in Bel Air.
Admit when he's wrong.
I swear to God, boss, I'm sorry.
You disgust me, O'Connor. You want to know why you disgust me?
No, why, boss?
Because you're a bleeder. You bleed too much. You are a messy bleeder. You're weak. You got no endurance for pain. Now, come on. Get up. Yeah, you'll be fine. Come on. Well, help him up! You're gonna be fine. And you know why? Because I like you. Get this piece of shit coward out of here.
Workday work when you're having fun.
Life is good.
Jesus. Red? Red?
Yeah.
What happened? Did you get robbed?
Every week.
So what does he take?
Who?
Brad Wesley.
10% to start. Oh, it's all legal like. He formed the Jasper Improvement Society. All the businesses in town belong to it.
Everybody pay?
Does a hobby horse have a wooden dick?
When Sam Elliott read the script for Roadhouse, when we made him an offer, he was not inclined to do it. He felt like it was a little bit too much like the character he played in Mask. But I asked him to come in and we talked about it. And we were very lucky that he agreed to do it. And I can't imagine this picture without Sam Elliott.
What's going on, mijo?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, shit, hell, kid, I'm in hog heaven. Hell, if I was doing any better, I could have lived with myself. How about you?
I'm all right.
You're good. By God, you ought to be all that money you're making, right? What's going on down in Jasper?
Now, you know, new town, same story. Listen. You ever heard of a guy named Brad Wesley?
No, I can't say that I have.
I thought it was an interesting choice to have this scene be in a laundromat, showing sort of the practical element of Dalton's life. Still got to do his laundry and that kind of stuff.
Sign hanging over the urinal that says, "Don't eat the big white men." Stay cool, kid.
Right.
Gotta go. I'll see you later.
Now you can see the chicken wires down. And got new neon. We're on our way up. We discovered that Catherine Wilhoit could sing, and we thought it was a nice idea if she actually did a song in the picture. Kind of show that with Dalton's arrival, everybody's blossoming and getting to do things that they'd really like to do.
Ain't gonna kill you. You know, you might even like it.
Say goodnight, Denise.
Truck is something, I gotta say. All these guys are stuntmen, and we needed it, that's for sure, in all the fights.
The way you love me is frightening. I think I'm better now.
I didn't know she could sing.
Right boot.
Put a little visual effect there so we could make sure the audience saw that arrowhead that's done into the toe of his boot.
What are all these people doing here?
Drinking and having a good time.
Well, that's why we're here.
You're too stupid to have a good time.
Again, we start that fight on the soundstage in the interior of the Double Deuce, and then we had to finish it out here on a real night exterior.
Go
Give me the biggest guy in the world. You smash his knee, he'll drop like a stone.
Damn good fight.
Hi.
Hi.
So you're looking for somebody?
You.
I saw this this red ball on Bonnie's grill, and I wanted to do a crane down with the home cooking and the whole thing. And when I told Dean Cundy that, he was a little disturbed because there's quite a long walk down there. It's a pretty long shot, so they added all that neon in order to give us something visual in the
Are
frame.
you always better than they are?
Pretty much.
Never been put down?
No.
Kelly had a contract with United Artists at the time. She was supposed to do a Sam Kinison movie, and Sam was a little too wild, and they canceled the picture. So it was really luck on our part that they already had a deal in place with her, and she came in and met with Patrick, and I thought their chemistry was extraordinary. And so we cast her, and we were very happy that we did. Not only is she wonderful to look at, but she's very intelligent and a fine actress.
I better take you home. I keep talking, you're gonna go off thinking I'm a nice guy.
I know you're not a nice guy.
Your silver has to start charging out bum rent.
Tonight's rent.
We used a lot of red in Kelly Lynch's wardrobe. You see, she has a red Jeep. She had red slacks on in the hospital. And
You live some kind of life, Dalton.
Too ugly for you.
I didn't say that.
this sequence was used in the trailer. Cut to music. It was actually pretty great.
See ya.
We actually shot this particular sequence, out at the Disney Ranch. It was after we came back from Fresno, because we had a limited amount of time that we could afford to have the whole crew up there. So I wanted a place that had some water, and it would give us the feeling that we were down by the river.
Let's go.
And this was the place we found. We actually do the last sequence in the picture here as well, with Kelly and Patrick swimming.
After you.
I love how he jumps off the car there and scares him. Patrick did lots of stuff like that, which was really, really great. I think he really understood who this guy was. This is the sequence we did do at the King's Ranch in the interior of the house. And you'll notice that there are animal heads on the wall. It's because the sequence we did in Bel Air in the house for the climax of the picture, the guy was a big game hunter, and so there were lots and lots of dead animals in the place, which seemed perfect for Brad Wesley. Again, I wanted to do this sequence here because we wanted to get the sense of how close Wesley actually lives to Emmett. And over Ben's shoulder there, you saw the barn where Patrick's loft
An
is.
important man. He was an asshole. But you're a smart boy, aren't you, Dalton? You're just not too realistic.
We had a circular dolly track here,
I came up the hard way on the streets of Chicago.
so we could keep the juxtaposition between Dalton and Wesley as he roams around the room.
The 7-Eleven, I got the photomat here. Christ, J.C. Penney is coming here because of me. You ask anybody, they'll tell you.
You've gotten rich off of the people in this town.
I think Ben must have eaten 12 portions of eggs during this scene. Pretty crazy.
A destiny. I have a faith in that destiny. It tells me to gather unto me what is mine. Oh, Christ, you get paid for beating people up. Tell me you don't love it. Of course you do. You wouldn't be human if you didn't. Dalton, I have a cousin in Memphis. Tells me you killed a man down there. Tells me you said it was self-defense at the trial. But you and I know that isn't so.
Our hero has a past. That's what this was all about.
Relax. Relax.
Sets up what's troubling him, the thing he has to get over by the end of the picture.
Tell me, if I owned a bar and wanted to clean it up,
You know, if you look at any Western, you'll find this scene. The hero gets called in to meet the villain, and the villain wants to hire him. And Roadhouse really does have a classic Western structure. I mean, you can find the beats that are in just about every good Western ever made. And I think it serves it. You know, they weren't making actual Westerns, period Westerns in the 80s. So we did it as a modern Western. And the signature song, Roadhouse. And now the Double Deuce is everything that they wanted it to be. With the big crowds, people spending money, having a good time.
The back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. Back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. And that's for the people who like to get down slow. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll.
There's a sequence that was cut out of the picture where we meet Ernie, the black bartender. He comes to the bar with his girlfriend to hear Jeff Healey. And a fight starts. There's some rednecks, and Dalton comes to his rescue and ends up hiring him. But the picture was too long, and that was one of the sequences that had to go.
What's the story?
Whiskey's running low.
Finally get this place just the way I want it, and now we're running out of booze. Called every supplier I know. Why won't they deliver?
Wesley, Ernie, give me the phone. I'll take care of it.
Hi.
I wanted to keep a presence, you know, of Wesley and his boys all the time, so they're always watching.
Dig a hole.
And we're setting up now the conflict between Wesley and Dalton based on his interest in Elizabeth Clay. I like this shot too. We did this on the crane. We just let him drive in and
Up there.
look down through the top of the Jeep. Same crane.
quiet, and horses let me know if anybody comes around.
I love it.
And Wesley's place is meant to know that they have a past. Again, we're on a crane outside the window for this shot. As you can see, we lit up the world here for this sequence.
So I saw your picture in Red Webster's place.
He's my uncle.
Nice old guy.
He raised me after my parents died. That's why I came back here. Now we take care of each other.
So how come you never got married?
I did.
What happened?
Didn't work.
Why?
Guess I picked the wrong guy.
It's very important for actors to have chemistry if they're going to have a meaningful relationship on the screen and make the love story work. And Patrick and Kelly did have that chemistry. I think it shows that makes the love scene exciting, and we wanted to have a sort of a dance sequence where they dance and kiss.
These arms of mine, they are burning, burning from wanting you. These arms of mine, they are wanting to hold you, and if you would let them hold you, oh, how grateful I will be. Come on, baby. Just be my little woman. Just be my lover.
More than anything, I wanted it, these guys to look like they were just having fun, that they really enjoyed each other, and that was going to be the foundation of a better relationship in a way. It was a really hot summer night that night, too. So we didn't have to spray them down at all. I mean, that was real sweat. This next shot with Kelly, I always had a problem with, actresses covering up after they've, made love. I mean, I didn't find it realistic, but to go outside, I thought she'd take the sheet, but the fun part is that she's only covering the part she thinks people can see. Again, it's quite a beautiful frame. Dean Cundy is just a wonderful, wonderful cameraman.
Little Rock.
You're gonna have a lot of pain when you get older, Dalton. You could be crippled if you don't slow down.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You already know that?
No, I just said that's what they say.
Where are you gonna go from here?
I don't know.
You could stay, Dalton, if you wanted to.
I don't think so.
The shot coming up is one that I like very much. I just thought it was a wonderful way to get Ben into the scene. He rocks in, he rocks out, he rocks in. Watching and getting angry.
Hang on.
You got a woman up there with you?
That's right.
Give me no lip, Lord. Where'd she get to?
She'll be back.
If you're smart, you'd pitch your tent.
Well, sometimes I'm just not as smart as I'd like to be.
You never know, son. Maybe she'll be smart enough for both of you.
You can really see the primary colors in this. I put all the guys in the red shirts, and Dalton has a red shirt. And, you know, the double deuce is done up now, and, you know, yellows and greens, and we have the neon.
Not too much. That's not what I hear. Word is you've been spending time with Elizabeth Clay.
So?
You know who had a thing for Elizabeth Clay? Brad Wesley. Now, as I hear it, she left town and he went nuts. Small town, huh, Dalton?
Dalton! The truck's here! Okay.
Of course, that's just the word.
Thanks.
No problem.
Double douche.
Hey! Put them back. This bar is closed for business.
It's okay, Jim. Take a break.
One of the challenges of making a picture like this with so many fights in it were to get, you know, different locations for the fights
Can I buy you guys a drink?
and different kinds of choreography. Here they got the boys smashing up the liquor that's coming. And, you know, essentially we got 4-on-1. I wanted to make sure if they get an advantage on Dalton, then it was because they cheated. So you saw he got hit by the bottle by Morgan.
He's out the back.
I know you.
Pour me a beer, will you? I'll be back.
How you like that, Coach?
How's it going, mijo?
Mind your own business, Dad.
You want to fight, dickless?
I sure ain't gonna show you my dick.
I get an idea how tall this guy is. Sam's about 6'1" or 6'2", so this guy's a giant.
Doesn't it?
Lay out back!
Only a wrestler could hit the deck like that.
Hey, I had it under control.
Yeah, I knew that. Had to see you.
Good to see you.
Who is that guy?
Gentlemen, Wade Garrett. Exactly right.
Well, buddy, nice to see ya.
This was an idea I got on the night. We had the windshield smashed, and I just thought it'd be a lot of fun to shoot Sam through the hole. So we lined up the camera so that we had his face right in that circle, which, you know, was kind of wonderful irony. You know, he's seen it all, and
You said you were all right. I'm fine.
comes to town and finds Dalton in similar circumstances as they have been in the past.
Fucking knew it.
Hi.
Hey. 1975, Albuquerque. Got blindsided by a bottle of Jack Daniels. Fucking around somewhere where I shouldn't have been at the time. I was very drunk. Kid here got his head cracked.
You got the scar.
I'll show you a scar. I'll show you one I'm real sentimental about, Doc.
A woman?
Boy, was she. God, I feel like dancing. You like to dance, Doc?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Daytime.
Well, good. Then some other place got to be open. Let's get out of here. Take this lady someplace where it's a little more romantic. Let's go.
Be serious.
Come on.
Well, we better go.
Here you are. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Texas, live in Texas.
Yeehaw!
I picked this song for this sequence, and Sam was good enough to sing along with it, but I thought it was a great idea for, you know, to get a sense of his past. Again, none of these choices are arbitrary. There's always something going on in the picture that you want to try to highlight.
Great guy your friend is?
Not hardly. It's the part where I tell you I want you for myself.
Yo, whatever he's saying, you can be fairly sure it's a lie.
But I'm alive as well in Tennessee.
Don't bet on it.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
That gal's got entirely too many brains to have an ass like that. You got your hands full, kid. What's the matter? Still living in the past, aren't you? A long way from Memphis.
Memphis has nothing to do with it.
Bullshit. That dog won't hunt. I can't believe you're still dragging that shit around with you. It seems to me you'd be a little more philosophical about it. And cut it the fuck loose.
Yeah, Sam is a wonderful mentor in the picture. You know, he comes in with the senior partner advice, and
Did she?
I think one of the reasons that the picture has the longevity that it's had is because of Sam Elliott. That's without a question. The relationship between he and Patrick on screen is really, I think, a wonderful one.
Don't mean to bust up the party or anything, but my shift starts in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Thought I'd go home and get a little sleep. Aren't you guys tired?
Doc, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead. Thanks for the dance.
So at this point, we were going to ramp up the drama. We're going to have Wesley start his shenanigans. There's going to be a series of events here that raise the stakes in the town.
Red's place is on fire.
Really big shots. They were always bigger. The explosions were always bigger than I thought they were going to be.
With a fire like that, nothing they could do. Nothing. Jack Daniels. Thank you. It's like a morgue in here. Play something, Elvis. Get those firemen in here. I want to buy them a drink. They risk their lives to save a no-good faggot draft dodger like Red Webster.
Ask for a little contribution to improve the town. Everybody digs deep except for him.
Of course you can dance, honey. Elvis, play something with balls.
Gypsy woman told my mother before I was born. She said you gotta.
It was wonderful working with Jeff Healey. Not just during the scenes, but I mean, he entertained the crew during lunch, and he was a wonderful guy on the set. It was lots of fun, having rock and roll all the time. And again, we're setting up for a fight here, and we're going to try to do something different than we've done. One of the ideas I had was to have a pool cue, and Benny and Charlie Petroni came up with the choreography for the sequence you're going to see in a minute. Needless to say, it was a happy set.
If you're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash. You're right. Jimmy?
7th hour of the 7th day.
You see a lot of fight movies. You see this motion right there. That's been ripped off a number of times, including in The Matrix.
And that you'll see, I got $700, baby. Don't you mess with me, 'cause you know I'm
Somebody get a drink around here?
Again, the idea on all this stuff was it was a little bit larger than life. It's, you know, the picture was a melodrama, and we wanted to make this stuff be fun. So in the midst of all the chaos, Ben orders a drink. This guy pole vaults up onto the stage. It's just all, it's big. Of course, the idea here is to set up that Dalton and Jimmy are going to have to duke it out at some point, because he's a little too much for Wade at this point.
Come on, old man.
The loudest gunshot in history.
All right, that's enough.
I said a gun going off inside, it ought to be really loud, and boy, they made it loud.
Let's go, boys.
Your ass is mine, boy.
Same town, new story, huh, pal? Let's get a beer.
I've talked till I'm blue in the face, goddammit. We can salvage the place, Fred. We can build it back up. I'll help you out.
Nope.
But you got insurance, don't you?
20 years I watched Wesley get richer while everybody else around him got poorer.
Can you prove he started the fire?
Who are you gonna prove it to?
He's got the sheriff and the whole police force in his pocket, for Christ's sakes.
I can call a friend in Springfield who works for the FBI.
You gonna take the stand against him? There's only one person around here you gotta prove anything to. That's Wesley himself.
Yeah, we're setting up the group of businessmen that are all being gouged by Wesley and Red's prophetic words. The only one you got to prove anything to is Wesley himself, which they do in the end.
No, he wasn't.
This was actually a lot of fun to shoot, this next sequence. We have the Bigfoot, and I had 7 cameras for this sequence, including one mounted underneath the Bigfoot, and one on a crane outside the window on the opposite side of the dealership. There's Benny the Jet Urquidez. He just took off his sunglasses and the blue shirt. He was our fight choreographer. We asked these guys how long it was going to take for the Bigfoot to go through this, through the dealership and come out the other side, and they said about 30 seconds. As you can see, this is slow motion here. It actually took 12 seconds. And so the guys operating the crane on the other side, when it comes through, this shot right here, didn't expect the truck to come that quickly. And they pulled the crane out just in time, but it was really close, and it scared the hell out of the operator. We were very fortunate on the picture not to have anybody injured except for one broken ankle. What the hell is wrong? And I'll tell you about that later when it happens. But we did some really big stunts and nobody got hurt, which is a real testament to the gentlemen that were doing the stunts.
This has nothing to do with him.
Well,
And you just don't see shots like that in most pictures, I gotta say.
he's going down. And I'm not gonna lose a second's sleep about it. Rademacher. I never thought you'd turn on me, too.
This is my town. Don't you forget it. Let's go, Jimmy.
You got insurance, don't you?
This again is a classic Western structure. You have the mentor coming to the hero and saying, you know, this isn't worth it.
You're all fucked up, aren't you?
Time to get out of here. It's also known as attack by ally. You know, when they come and they say you're crazy. There's no need for this.
Be gone by dawn, never see this place again.
You can leave any time you want to.
Oh, shit, kid.
You can see how fit Patrick was for this role. You know, it's not easy what he's doing there. He did it, I don't know, he probably did it 5 or 6 times as well. We got really lucky with the light here. We had late afternoon sun that was very low, and it really gave the scene a wonderful look.
You don't need this.
Tell me what I need. If you want to go, go. Get the fuck out of here and leave me alone.
Yeah, you're right. I ought to stop telling you what to do. Maybe I ought to kick your ass.
That's also the scene I've seen in other pictures. They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
I'll tell you something else. You taught me as much as I ever taught you. I love you, mijo.
Mijo is Spanish for son. And that was another idea of Sam's. It's a beautiful frame. And we're on the crane outside the window. We did that quite a bit for shooting in the loft. Windows were so big, and when they were open, it just gave us great access.
I came to talk to you.
No. You came to tell me to leave.
I care about you, Dalton. You don't know him.
Bullshit. I know exactly who Brad Wesley is. I have seen his kind many times. He keeps taking and taking until somebody takes him. It's obvious nobody in this town can stand up to him.
But you can stop him.
Brad Wesley picked me, and when he did, he fucked up. I am only good at one thing, Doc. I never lose.
What are you gonna win? Who's this for anyway? You doing it for them? I don't think so.
We had one shot at this.
You think you're gonna save these people?
This close-up of Kelly Lynch, because we're going to blow the house right now. Boom. I set that up, put a lot of pressure on Kelly, because she knew she only had one take. And it was going to go kaboom. again, Al Basaro at his best. Kaboom.
Jimmy, I'm talking. Are you all right? I'd be fine if you'd get off of me.
Again, every chance we had, we tried to do humor. I think that's what made the picture so entertaining. Larger-than-life villains and exciting action. Patrick actually wanted to do this stunt. The first half of it, we let him do. This part, he leaped into a pad. That actually, the bulldog was a stunt man. We wouldn't allow him to do it, and he was angry.
Prepare to die. You were such an asshole.
This fight sequence was shot over 5 nights. We were on splits at the time, which means that we would shoot part of our day when the sun was out, and the second half of our day would be night exterior. So the fight was so big that we knew it was going to take a number of nights, and it ended up being 5, which would come out, I guess, to 2.5 full days of shooting. All through the action sequences in the picture, we wanted to punctuate the punches, so to speak, with lines that are interesting or exciting or humorous.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
These guys got really tired. It's actually harder to throw punches and miss than it is to hit somebody. This is a little bit like swinging at a baseball and missing it. It's easier to connect with the ball. It's a smoother swing. So these guys were absolutely exhausted by the end of the night, every night. So again, the fight has a structure, the bad guy cheats, uses a log and takes advantage of the hero and gives him a whooping for a while, and then the next thing you know, the tide turns. Again, this stuff here is shot with a Steadicam. The idea was to have the camera move so that every one of the punches sells, and we can get a sequence of punches in a row without cutting the camera. Boom. I had heard about a story where a martial artist had ripped out a trachea of his opponent, and it always was horrific, and I thought that would be a great thing for this particular sequence.
Wesley! 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 Fuck you!
It's the reemergence of the Mercedes. It's time to get out of town.
Hello?
Top of the morning to you. Well, here's what's on for today. Wade or Elizabeth?
What?
We actually built that little office for Ben since it was just a phone call. And we did it not far from where we shot this on our soundstage. It was just around the back.
You are a sick man.
Well, I just have to flip a coin. Hold on a second.
Wesley?
You know, it was wonderful to watch Ben work. I mean, he was like a duck in water with a role like this, which could have easily been, you know, awful. He just makes it work.
I'd sure like to tell you how it turned out. Wesley!
Over here. Are you all right?
Mm-hmm. There's only 3 of them. They said I was lucky.
I gotta find Doc.
Let's go.
Sit the fuck down. Have a beer. I'll be back. Hey. Wesley wins, man. We're out of here.
Attaboy, mijo.
You seen the ghost of some kind?
Where's Dr. Clay?
She's an X-ray.
Get you things, we're out of here.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Oh, yes, you are. Let's go, now.
Forget it.
Doc, the man is crazy.
And you're not. Now get out of here.
Yo, wake the fuck up. We're out of here. I said 1 beer, senor.
Again, this is a classic Western structure, death of the buddy. Sends the hero into the final battle without his mentor. There was a sequence that didn't make the picture where Wade Garrett character talks about how he blew it with his one true love, Rose. And that's why we had the rose tattoo and the blood on the rose. But that setup was cut from the picture where he talks about she was his one true love and don't make the same mistake.
Remember that blonde? She could suck start a Harley.
It did cause some consternation when I told the studio that I wanted this car for this particular sequence, a $70,000 automobile. We're going to see what we do to it. We set this shot up, boom, so that he would fire, boom, and you saw him fire and the explosives go off in the car. The car was supposed to land on its roof, but Charlie Paterni Jr., who was driving it, got going so fast, he actually did a 360 and ended up on the wheels, which was very exciting. It didn't really matter for the shot what was going to happen as long as it was safe, and it was. He didn't get a scratch. Now we know who killed Wade. I actually shot all the henchmen getting knocked out, but the picture was too long, so we decided to, in order for brevity, to get to the part that was the most exciting. Just have them come along and discover these guys are knocked out man by man. I always thought this was an inspired fight. I like what Patrick does here when he kicks the knife up in the air, grabs him, catches the knife on the way down, and wham.
Again.
This actually is, we're now in the house in Bel Air, where all the heads and the stuffed animals that had been hunted by the owner of the house were mounted. This actually was from a prop house, the bear.
Made for each other.
The idea behind the fight at the river was
See, you found my trophy room, Dalton.
for Dalton to fight Jimmy, who was the real physical presence on Wesley's team. You know, I mean, obviously Ben's an older man, and to make this particular showdown the most interesting, you know, we wanted Ben to have a gun. And he's just there to kill Dalton.
Mercy killing. I took him out of his misery.
He's got Dalton in his house, and it's breaking in there. He's going to just shoot him.
Hell, you took Jimmy. He was in better shape. Hell, you took all my boys. Now, come on out, Dalton. This town is big enough for both of us? Let's talk about this.
Also, to even the fight up, you know, we have now Patrick has a gunshot wound, and Ben's going to have a series of weapons. I love that look. Very intense. He's a wonderful actor. I was a huge fan of his work with Cassavetes, and as I mentioned earlier, the movie St. Jack.
I thought it would be fun to fight you, Dalton. I really did. But now, I just don't have the time.
No! It's over!
We had some major blood bags on these with shotguns.
This is our town, and don't you forget it.
And there you have it. We've never seen a police officer in the movie, and actually we had a sequence where we met the sheriff, but that got cut.
Where are you? They're in here, Sheriff.
All right. Who's gonna tell me what the hell happened here?
I didn't see nothing. You see anything, Pete?
No, I didn't see anything. You see anything, Red?
I didn't see nothing. Not a thing. You see anything, Tinker?
A polar bear fell on me.
Look out across the field, see me returning. Smoke is in your eyes, you brought a smile. From the fireplace where my letters to you are burning.
This is the Bob Dylan song.
You had time to think about it for a while.
And this is at Disney Ranch.
Well, I walked 200 miles, look me over. It's the end of the chase, and the mood is high. It won't matter who loves who. You love me, I love you. Yeah, 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 yeah. When the night comes falling.
Thanks for listening to the commentary. I'm Rowdy Harrington, director of Roadhouse. Hope you enjoyed it.
Night comes falling from the sky. Well, I can see through your walls. I can tell that you're hurting. Sorrow somehow managed to escape. But I can't provide for you no easy answer. Who are you that I should have to lie? You know all about it, love. It will fit you like a glove. Hey! When the night comes falling, when the night comes falling, when the night comes falling from the sky. Yeah, yeah. For all eternity, I think I will remember that icy wind that's howling in your eyes. You will see me in your time, in the wasteland of your